What's up, everybody? Russell again. If you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll keep you updated with all the different strategies that I've been using and the stock alert services that I test out and let you guys know how they are so that you don't make the same mistakes that I have when I've signed up for so many stock alert services that basically I'm just left looking for the best ones. So let's get started on today's video. I want to show you a really simple, easy short selling strategy. It's really chilled out. It works with like a 90% success rate, maybe even higher depending on your patience and your entries and things. Basically been using this since last year to make significant money. It's not very scalable, it's the only thing. So you'll see what I mean as I go into this. If you haven't heard of this website, it's called hindenburgresearch.com. This is it here. And this is the basis of the short strategy. These guys are basically short sellers. They research all these crazy companies and find out which ones are lying, and then they alert their members for free, and they take a short position themselves. So let's go into this a little bit more. So this guy, Nate Anderson, was basically the founder of Hindenburg Research. And what they do is they look into all the different, basically, fundamentals of these companies. So they go above and beyond. Like they'll go out to the sites, they'll look at everything. Like they're very, very thorough, and that's why they have such a huge success rate of knowing when to bet against the company. So they'll look at things like accounting issues, they'll look at weird service provider roles that don't make any sense, they'll look at any of the illegal or unethical financial reporting stuff or any undisclosed stuff from their filings and things. So they go through everything with a fine tooth comb. And if they find something that is untoward, they'll just keep pulling at it to figure out like exactly what's going on, and then they'll take a short position and then they'll let the world know. So I'm sure they're absolutely hated for this, but they do seem to expose fraudulent companies. And almost every single one of their reports, after they release it within weeks or months, will just go downhill in price and they make an easy swing short. Now, they don't do this very often. It looks like once a month, sometimes more, sometimes less. I've been in quite a few of them, and I'm going to give you two examples of their reports and how the stock behaved right afterwards. So, yeah, so this is their track record. You can go to hindenburgresearch.com and look through some of these things. The big one that I played was NKLA, Nikola, and it's well known now as a complete fraud company. And back in September, these guys went through everything to do and basically exposed this company. And it has, not really very surprisingly, it's gone downhill in price ever since they released their report in September 2020. So I pulled up the chart here. Well, first, let me show you how I played it. So this is the chart of NKLA. This is when they released their short report. Now, something I've noticed is that on the day of their short report, it gets a lot of downwards motion, but sometimes even it'll be take a weird drop before that. So there might be something a little odd, like insider leaks going on here, where people at Hindenburg start shorting it before they release the report. I have no idea, pure speculation, but I've noticed a consistent same day or next day, day before drop in the price before Hindenburg releases their news. So because they're free, they have a ton of followers, I'm sure. I played this, so I got in, I think, around here, and I only played it down to about here. But that's still a 50% win. But it's nothing compared to what's actually happened to the stock price of NKLA for the rest of the year and into this year, 2021. So if you look here, when they released the report, it was at $50 a share. And if I pull up the most recent chart for NKLA, so this is a 1 year time frame. This was when they released the report, and this is now, so we're at the end of April, and we're down at hit $10 a share. So huge, huge drop. So if you've had those diamond hands, you would have sat through all these ups and downs. I didn't. I'm covered around here. But if you could have held it for this long, you would have made a killing. So I'm sure it's still got some downside, but it's just been an amazing short. And it's as simple as that. You buy, well, you short when the report comes out, and then you hold it for weeks or months, and you get this huge price dip. So this one, let me go back to the website actually. Actually, it's this one, eBang. So this email arrived in my inbox at the start of April. I didn't play it, so I've just kind of ignored it. So that was 21 days ago. So this company eBang, or EBON on the NASDAQ, it's from the Hindenburg Group again. They basically outline the plan of like why they think this is dodgy. I haven't actually read through this properly, but basically they give their short thesis in here. So we found that eBang's exchange appears to be purchased from white label crypto exchange provider called Blue Helix that offers out of the box exchanges. eBonex reports what appears to be fictitious volumes in this cryptocurrency, I think, so they've gone through it and they've said, okay, at the end they give their disclosure, we've taken a short position in the shares of eBang. So that was released on the 6th of April. So if we go to the chart here, this is April the 6th. So you can see what I mean here. This is basically here was the day before it. So this drop was before the report was actually announced. And it dropped significantly from 750 down to opening the next day at 550, a $2 change. So that's what I mean. Sometimes you see this and you have to wonder, like, what's going on there. Nevertheless, it opened on the day of the report around 525. And within this month so far, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, these are daily bars. 10 days, we've got to an all-time low of $4. So from 550 to $4 in the space of a week or two, a couple of weeks. And this is the norm. And so this is what makes this one of the easiest, most effective short selling strategies that I've ever used. It is really easy to follow. It's really chilled out. There's no crackhead day trading. You just buy your position, well, sell your position short, and then hold it. And you've got a very, very high chance of making some money from that position. Really limited only by if you get faked out, or if you become like me, you pike too early and get out before the moves even started. Something I'm guilty of a lot, unfortunately. But that's two examples. So this one was this month, and it may not be too late to short this. Um, Obviously, it's not financial advice of any sort, but it's this may actually recover a bit, and then I might actually consider shorting it if I get a chance. And that is the two examples I wanted to show you. So this Hindenburg report is easy to sign up for. You just go here and get the latest reports delivered to your inbox, completely free. It was named after the Hindenburg disaster, where this airship filled with hydrogen gas ended up burning down and crashing down to Earth. So you can kind of see their thought process with calling this the Hindenburg. These companies tend to go completely on fire and come crashing down to Earth. And the Hindenburg disaster is pretty much what happens to these companies after the Hindenburg report comes out. So yeah, so that's the Hindenburg research. Easy short selling strategy. It's probably the easiest I've ever seen or used. I highly recommend it. You should definitely go and check them out. Even if you don't like to short, and I know a lot of people just will refuse to short. I don't know why, but apparently once a guy told me that actually it's against his religion to short sell a company. I guess the moral aspects of it or something, betting against the company. I totally don't agree with the moral. Like, there's no moral problem. I mean, we're just adding liquidity to the markets. You know, you could argue that selling your shares, would have a negative impact on a company, or that you were selling shares to somebody else, after you'd gone long. With your thesis being that you were ripping them off because they were buying your shares, but you were convinced that the upside had been, taken away, and that you'd probably be selling them garbage. So there's really, in my opinion, there's no real moral philosophy here that holds up at all for avoiding short selling. And if these companies are frauds, which the Hindenburg Research Group seems to really make sure that they are, then actually you're doing everybody a favor by pushing their stock price down. So that is about it. I think definitely check out Hindenburg Research. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again for listening.